Hey, YouTube. Good morning. Well, it's morning where I'm at. I wanted to check in and record the weekly video that I plan to record. Um, I literally just kind of woke up, so I probably look like I just woke up. And I'm trying to take advantage of my toddler sleeping to make this video. Moms, y'all understand. So anyway, um, weekly weigh-in. I'm happy with my results. Started last week at 290. I'm at 286.6 this week. Um, total loss of 3.4 pounds. So I just wanted to discuss a few things. Didn't want to make this video too long. But what I had going on for the week. So during this week, I went and purchased a few little items that I figured would help me along the way of my journey. And I bought a well, it's supposed to be a body fat scale. And this particular scale is supposed to be able to show you your body fat composition, your muscle composition, and your bone composition. It also records kilogram weight and I think BMI. Now, I personally, the brand is Excel Van. I personally didn't care for the product because according to the paperwork that came along with it, it says that a body fat percentage of 21 to like 32.9 was normal. Mine popped up 30%. I weigh 280 something pounds. I don't think that's correct. And I'm only 5'7". So I say, yeah, something can't be right. But anyway, I think I'm going to return it. And I think I'm going to stick to the scale that I had. So I do know my weight was correct. The weight that popped here was 286.6. And my other electronic scale said 286.6 as well yesterday. So the weight loss or weight amount is correct, but something is not right with the other numbers. So I think I'm going to pass on this. But, you know, it was worth it. It sounded interesting to know what your actual body fat was. The other thing I bought was a Polar. Now, previously in my weight loss journey, years ago, I went and bought one, and it was a little different than this one. It came with a different type of band as well. I'm not sure what model it was, but it was different than this one. And that particular one was able to calculate the calories lost from the amount I'm sorry, not calories lost, the calorie burn from the workout in general. You get what I'm saying? This one here, it doesn't do that. It literally only shows you the heart rate. Your heart rate that it's at doing whatever you're doing, whether you're walking or whatever, it'll show you where you're at with it. And I'm just like, okay. I said I would hold on to this because at the end of the day, I do remember where I would stay at typically when I was working out. About 154, 156 gave me a good workout. So I did say if I can at least attain that, then it's okay. And I was being cheap. That's why I got that. But hey, you get what you pay for. And then also the way that the band is, I didn't care for it. Like it starts off like this, and then it's like you have to put the little loops in to get it. Yeah, I'll keep it, but for the future, don't be cheap, excuse me, and I will go for what typically works for you. My hair is all over the place, guys. I haven't worried about my hair at all. I work a job where it's kind of like a solo independent kind of position, so I don't really have to press about appearance per se, and I work overnight. But I've really been trying to stay committed to this weight loss journey that I have, so I've really been putting a lot of my energy into that. But anywho, this week, guys, it was a little challenging. First of all, life is still going on, and that's the thing you got to remember when you're losing weight. It's not like everybody says, all right, hold up, she's, they're trying to get their self together. I'm going to stop, going on. It doesn't happen that way. Things still go on. Problems still exist. Bills are still there. Kids are still kids. Everything's still going on. So what you have to do is, what I've learned is you have to figure out a way to work through that. You can't allow yourself to get distracted by all of that. Or you can't allow it to overpower what you're trying to do, if that makes sense. Now, it's going to irritate you and things going on, but you have to keep that goal in mind. Just be like, okay, tunnel vision, tunnel vision. I am, bettering myself. I'm doing this for me, whatever. And that will help you just to remind yourself, okay, all right, I'm not going to pick up, that cheesecake, or I'm not going to sit there and eat that whole bag of chips, because I committed to myself that I was going to do this thing again, or I was going to do this thing. And I've said it about 10, 12 times, because most of us have said it that many times. And it's time, guys. It's time to be committed. It's time to be focused. It's time to remind yourself of why you started. It's time to continue to remind yourself of why you started, and just to really stay committed to that, so that you can see your progress. You can't see progress if you quit every few days, and that's real. And I had to remind myself of that too, when I'm just like, you know what, I ain't gonna do it no more. Well, listen, that's not how I got as far as I got prior. It took days into weeks into months of grinding hard, and I was able to say 3 months later, whoa, this is what I look like. Or 6 months later, whoa, this is what's going on. And ultimately a year later, I think I was at my goal a year later. So that's what you have to keep in mind. And that's definitely something that I keep in my mind. Is just that don't get entangled by the same pressures that's going on, and the way you would normally cope with it, you can't cope that way no more. And that's the thing about the mindset that has to be changed. It's like you have to tell yourself, we no longer can go do XYZ to cope with this issue, because now we're doing something different. And that ultimately, after going through that process and staying on track, you will definitely produce results. I'm trying to think. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to pushing on through my second week. I do continue to want to make these videos, like I said, to be committed to my viewers, to commit to myself, and to also just see my change week by week of the weight loss, and just to be encouraging to you guys. I really get it. I know the struggle. I really do. I feel like I got a lot on my plate, and having a lot on my plate about 2 to 3 years ago is what caused me to completely give up years ago. But I'm trying to tell myself completely that it's not going to get me anywhere. And then if all else fails with your brain set or your mindset, remind yourself of the health issues that can occur, with the extra weight. And it just, all in all, it has to be done. And I think if you just keep that in your brain, it'll be like, all right, I don't have an option. There is no option B or C or D or E. There's option A, and you have to keep choosing option A. One more thing that I've been doing over the last week, I had decided, after I get to my goal, well, not necessarily goal weight, but I would say down closer to where I was at, which was 175. I said about 200 or like 190. I will plan on getting a tummy tuck. And most of you guys are familiar with that, I'm sure. And I said, because I can look at my pictures when I was a little less in weight, and see that I still have that, skin hanging the bottom of my stomach. And I'm just like, you know what? I think I'm going to do that for myself. Just to kind of seal the deal. Like, okay, this is it. And I've been researching doctors and researching prices and stuff like that, just to get an idea of who would be best to go with. So I really think that that will be the movement for me. Can't say that's for everybody. That's for me. And like I said, for me, I've been up and down with this thing. I've gained and lost. I've had my 3 children. All of those things has impacted my lower abdomen a lot, to where even when I was at my lowest, I still had that fat. So I feel like it's an investment and it's a good decision for me. But I will let you guys know in future videos, what I found out, who I was researching, what was going on, and all that stuff. So I'll wrap this video up. 3.4 pounds down. Looking for next week. Peace, guys.